Tonight we have a relatively big video. We have a big week ahead for BBIG. People are excited, people do not know what to think, but I have a few of my opinions, and as always guys, it's a Sunday, I'm making that video for you again. We're talking about what I am expecting going forwards into this week for BBIG. So if this video sounds like something that you may enjoy, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already, because we do talk about BBIG almost every single day, for sure every trading day, and bear in mind as well guys, we are currently sat on 12,699 subscribers. I know you cannot see it, but we need one more person to push us up to 12,700. I want you to be that person. Please do it for us. And again, if we have already hit that, just press it anyway, because we are obviously trying to grow the channel. But as well, remember, this is not financial advice, it's just my personal opinion, and BBIG is a stock that does carry quite a lot of risk, and I want to make sure you guys are informed of that before we do enter the video. But here we go, we're going to jump in and we're going to look at BBIG. So we're going to quickly look at how the price has been moving, but that's not really too important in this video because that is last week. This one we're looking at what has happened or what is going to happen this week. Now if you do want to hear my opinions on what has happened in the past week, I've already made that video for you guys. It will be our last episode on BBIG, so do make sure to check it out if you haven't done so already. But we have a lot to go over. The first thing that I want to talk about is something which I have been hearing a lot in my comment section, being used as a bearish case for BBIG. I've been hearing it actually on a lot of forums as well. This is the information related to the warrants for BBIG, so you guys will know about that if you have been paying attention to this stock in the past few days. If you do not know what I'm talking about, I definitely will give you a more in-depth update in the future. But basically we had those warrants obviously approved for BBIG. People are seeing this as a negative thing and how it will have a negative impact on the squeeze. Well, here's my opinion on that. I think it's not really as big of a deal as some people are making it out to be. When we look at the facts for this, it is quite significant. It does mean a lot for BBIG, and it definitely is necessary for them in my opinion. It will help them from a fundamental standpoint, and of course this company is trying to run itself from a fundamental standpoint. We need things to help them keep going. And even from a short squeeze potential, I don't think it makes too much of a difference in my opinion. I just wanted to talk about this one first because I know a lot of bears and people who are perhaps a little bit less positive on BBIG. I know a lot of people will be using this as a negative thing when looking at this stock, and I can see why, but I don't think it is as bad as some people are making out. So that is the first thing that I wanted to talk about related to BBIG. Now the second thing that I wanted to talk about is price targets and how people may kind of be getting ahead of themselves when it comes to price targets for BBIG. So what do I mean for this? As I always said with BBIG, I think this one has that real potential. The data is good enough in my opinion. I think the fundamentals are fairly strong, but obviously we're not looking at fundamentals when it comes to a squeeze. But what we are seeing a lot increasingly in the past 5 or so days, we're seeing people talk about BBIG going to $50, $40. I've seen people even talking about this one going to $290. And guys, I want this one to go as high as it possibly can, do not get me wrong. I'd love to see this one hit 290 or even 40 or 50, but we need to be realistic guys. That is not confirmed, and that is definitely a very, very high estimate. So one thing that I am going to say in preparation for this week, but also in preparation for the rest of the month and actually the rest of the play for BBIG, do not get your expectations overinflated. I know this stock does have that potential to do very, very well, but do not think it's guaranteed that this stock is going to 40, 50, 100 or 200. Now this is one thing that I want to talk about more in the future, especially as the price of BBIG does rise. I want to talk about an exit strategy because yeah, BBIG, if we're playing it as a short squeeze play, sure enough, yeah, there are going to be some big profits to be taken, but we also need to bear in mind everybody's going to want to exit this one at one point, and of course it is very important to think about when you want to exit this stock. So basically one thing that I'm trying to say, don't be too greedy. Analyze it as it goes on, look at the data, and do not blindly follow people who think this stock is going to 40, 50, 100, 200. I'm not saying it is impossible because, you know, anything can happen in this market as we have seen in the past year, from cryptos rocketing all the way to AMC and GME. Anything can happen, so do not believe it's impossible. However, I do think it is a long shot. And again, my opinion can change as the data does change. I'm just trying to say, you know, don't blindly follow people just because they have a very bullish opinion. Now, the third thing that I want to talk about in this video going forwards into this week is going to be a big one, especially if we see growth going forwards. So look at the price of this stock right now. We're on 8.23, which is really amazing. We're in a nice place, as I have said before, but one thing that I want to focus on is the year-to-date chart, or actually even the 6-month chart. Why am I talking about this? Because when we look at this stock, we can see highs in the past year. If I draw this out with a pencil, in my opinion, the points where most people will have bought into this stock, if they bought in at the highs, a lot of people bought in at these circles, which I'm going to say are here, and also here as well at the top. So what does this mean, and why will this potentially cause a dip with BBIG? Now, I'm not saying this in a negative way, I'm just saying something to be vigilant about. So when people bought into BBIG at these highs, of course we had the FOMO and whatnot. People were buying in, thinking that it was going to go higher. But what we actually had from that point is we had people holding onto this stock for a long time, which is fine. We had more people buying in here as well. But obviously from that point, we actually have had this one dip and dip and dip. And people are not really going to want to sell their stock down here, making huge losses. A lot of people believe that if they held onto this one, it does have that potential to go higher. And I absolutely did believe that. I completely do believe that still. I think it does have that potential. But I think it completely could be true when we look at the facts and the technicals as well, that a lot of people who bought in here and here could be looking to get out of this play. They could be sick of it, and they could be wanting to take profits at $9, $10, $11, or even $12. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is if we do see dips from the point of $9 onwards, if we go up to 9 like this, see a bit of a dip, go up to 10, then go up to 12, and we see dips like that, I don't think it's anything to be too concerned about, and I think it is something that I want to prepare you guys for going into the next week, because again, I cannot confirm it. Nobody can predict the market 100%, but I think it is absolutely possible that some people who bought into BBIG at the highs may not want to hold on to this one anymore, and we could see some people exit this stock at that point. Now, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that we cannot go higher from that point, but it does mean that, you know, some people may get caught out, and it could definitely be something that the bears use against us to talk about how BBIG isn't going to go any higher. I completely disagree with that argument. Healthy profit taking in any stock is something that we need to see, and consolidation levels with even slight dips downwards is fine as well. And I think that is what we saw on Friday. We finished off in a really strong position. I know that from where we started off, we only dipped by 1.56%. Now, bear in mind, guys, this is only 13 cents. And in my comment section for our last video, I had a few people talk about how nobody was concerned about a drop of 13 cents. And for the most part, that is true. But over the weekend, I definitely have been hearing it in the forums a bit about how this is a reason why the stock is going to dip, or at least tank, on Monday. Again, it doesn't mean that, it definitely doesn't, but I do think it is something that bears will try use against us, as we have found in the past. But what I'm trying to say in this video is that we are still in a really bullish position with BBIG. I think this week could be a big one. What am I expecting when it comes to an increase in price? Well, I'm not aiming too high, and it's not because I don't like BBIG, as I have said before. I think this one has that potential to do well, but the reason why I am not aiming high for BBIG this week is the same reason why I'm not aiming for a big increase in my AMC stock this week. Because whilst I think it has a potential, and it definitely could blow up this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any of those days, whilst it could blow up at some point, I'm not anticipating it, because of course it is that sort of anticipation that gets people fed up over time and gets people fatigued and makes them want to sell their stock when they ultimately do not want to see growth, or when they do not see growth on the days that they wanted to. So as always, guys, what I'm trying to say in this video, the fundamentals are looking very, very good from what we had in the last week. The news which people are holding as negative isn't really that bad. And again, the actual share price action is phenomenally good. We're up about 50 or 60% in the past week. So you can see we definitely do have the upper hand when it comes to bullish price action. And again, I'm expecting big things going into this week, but I'm not really expecting huge growth. I just want to see us continue to move up slowly and surely. And again, if we do start to see that big rise up into this week, that would be amazing. But obviously, I'm not expecting huge moves, because I'm not trying to get fatigued by thinking that this one is going to rocket every single day. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say in this video. Again, this one is just my prediction, so it is literally pure speculation, but I will be back on Monday talking about what we are going to be seeing, obviously analysing the charts as well. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.